pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. I'll now open a Jobs Development Authority meeting. And the first item on the agenda is approval of the minutes of December 2nd, 2024.
Motion to approve the minutes of the Jobs Development Authority for December 2nd, 2020.
Commissioner Pierce made a motion.
I'll second that.
Commissioner Kanowski, second. Any further discussion? Without none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Item 4, the facade loan for Timbers Lumber and Supply.
Mayor Mo, this is an application that's been submitted here between the time when when Brad was the executive director, and then obviously there's a vacancy now, and Four Devils Lake's in the midst of their hiring process, and so they haven't had a board meeting in some time. I said I would facilitate it to the JDA for the review and possible approval. Really don't have a whole lot of information other than what I submitted to you, but along Highway 2, want to improve the signage near their business to create a more welcoming entrance for their customers.
I did get one citizen comment on it. It's kind of in opposition of it. I won't name the person at this point, but he indicated that, let me see how to best read this here. As far as he's concerned, the city should not be in the business of economic development loans for businesses outside city limits unless those business owners agree to pay Devils Lake property taxes and charge their customer city sales tax. Just wanted to relay that
Well,
information as I told
That
that
was going to be
person.
my question, is there anything in this service that states it has to be within city limits?
Well, in the past, it's been an outside, it's a forward Devils Lake type of loan. And it's not just Devils Lake, we've done the Cove, we've done businesses outside of the area that we've given money to the county convention center and where else, I guess.
I was just thinking of just the facade program
Yeah.
itself.
The facade program, I think this would be the first one if it gets approved. And it is just a loan, it's
Paid back.
Yeah.
paid back.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure there was
Right.
nothing within it stating the facade part of it that it.
This
wasn't-
person just wanted to indicate that they're concerned with it. So I told him I would relay it and bring it up to your attentions.
So where's this located at again?
It's east of town out there where Timbers Lumberyard.
It's right by the gas station on the way,
Yeah.
and the Lakeside meat.
That's the way it wants a sign.
And I think, traditionally.
We did give some money to that oil petroleum plant that's out in the same area.
That was a flex space loan.
Yeah.
I think generally the facades normally downtown. I saw it come back and forth, said I'd facilitate it here. I think if you guys want a little bit more information or want to chew on it a little bit longer, we'll say, we can always just refer this back to the Port Devils Lake Board. They can vet it and then provide you a recommendation if that's what you'd like to
I'd
see.
like to get their feedback on it.
I think that's a good idea.
I would just then recommend forwarding it to the Fort Devils Lake Board of Directors for review and recommendation.
I'll make the motion then to forward this on to the board of directors for the Four Devils Lake to
Okay,
see what
Commissioner
their,
Pierce?
what their thoughts on it are, with it being outside of the actual city limits and not being downtown.
Okay. Is there a second?
A second.
Commissioner Hatch? Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Item number 5, retention and attraction RWIP grant update from Susie. If you come forward, please. Please, for the record, identify yourself.
Yes, Susie Kenner, Devils Lake Chamber of Commerce. Thank you. Mr. Halverson asked that we come and give the JDA just a little bit of an update on the RWIP grant. Just for reference, you guys gave money from the Growth Fund to help support the grant that we received from the Department of Commerce in the tune of $250,000. So just to give you a little update on that and where we are at, We held the first Devils Lake High School Career Fair on October 3rd. We had 39 booths with local businesses that attended, anywhere from education, healthcare. There was some colleges in the mix and a whole bunch of other people. It was very well received. We had about 160 people between parents and students that went through all of the booths that night. After talking with the high school, it was the most attended teacher-parent conference that they've ever had. So we will look to continue that into the future. That's one of the programs that came out of this grant that we can help facilitate from years to come. So we'll continue to do that. But it was really well received, and I was really excited to see all the businesses participate, and they were really excited about it. Anne has conducted all of the individual student meetings. So the status on that is 100% complete. She is now moving on to the juniors. So in the grant, we just stipulated that she was going to do one-on-one meetings with the seniors. A lot of the seniors were already in place with what they wanted to do. So she's moving on with the juniors, even though that's not in the grant, to get their feedback and pick their brain on what they want to do and where they want to go, and hopefully we can retain them into the future. So that's a nice thing that's came out of that. And the meetings with the juniors will take place January 27th through February 12th, which will align with their selection periods for their courses and everything else that they need to do there. The Job Shadow program is in full force in Devils Lake. That launched on September 30th, and we have 85 students that are participating. So not only 85 students, but we have 85 business professionals that have taken on the students. So again, very excited that the business community has really jumped on board with this program. And that is in every single field imaginable. So she's working with some juniors as well to try and get them into some of the Job Shadow programs as well. They have until May 9th to complete. So like I said, 85 students, and the majority of those have already completed their Job Shadow. Some of them are scheduled with the businesses, and she's still working with a few of them to get them out into the workforce. So again, very enthusiastic about that program. And again, another one that we can continue down into the future. Creation of our 20 local business videos. We have hired a professional contractor to do those 20 videos for us, which are showcasing just the careers and different opportunities in the Lake region. As of December of this past year, 11 businesses have been filmed, 3 are scheduled, and we have 6 left to do. So the challenge became the weather. So it became cold and kind of icky outside. So they're still working on conducting some of those internal interviews or inside interviews, and then they'll go back out and do some of the outside stuff and then pull all the videos together. So we're on target for that. And piecing that together as we go. And again, we'll use that as a recruiting tool for the businesses. They can use it on their website. We'll put it on the Chamber of Commerce website and push it out through social media and such. The business meeting series that were written into the grant, we're 25% complete on that, but only because we have staggered those out in quarterly increments. So the next one will be coming up on the 14th of January. Anne is going to be talking about workforce solutions. She's a go-getter and great, so please mark your calendar for that. It's at 9 o'clock at Lake Region State College. With those series that we're doing, there's also a networking event. So that evening from 4:30 to 6, you are all welcome to come to Leading Edge Equipment for a beverage, and we can either network or continue the conversation on workforce. And then
What day was
again,
that again, Susan?
the 14th.
14th.
Yep. The morning program is at 9 o'clock, and then Leading Edge is from 4:30 until 6. Yep. And then the next ones are scheduled for March 11th, which is on youth engagement, and then June 10th, which is on professional development. So, like I said, strongly urging participation in those. The first Devils Lake High School Summer Job Fair is scheduled for March 26th. We have a goal of 80 booths, and it's going to be kind of a fast turnaround. The students have about 1 hour to go through, but again, engaging businesses that are looking for summer help opportunities. And Anne's been working with a lot of the businesses to maybe structure around activities, trying to pull together some more flex schedules for some of those students that want to work but can't give a full commitment. So working on that.
What, Susie?
What's that?
March what?
March 26th. Yep, so information is going out to the businesses on that. And again, it's from 12:15 until 1:15. So again, it's kind of fast. It'll be set up at the high school.
It's from 12:15 to 1:15 is only college students.
Oh, I'm sorry.
High school will be from 8:40 until 12:15. So
There you go.
We'll probably give the seniors and the juniors a little bit more time.
Time.
to freshmen and sophomores.
Perfect.
And then we're gonna welcome the college students over from 12:15 to 1:15. So for students in college that want to listen.
Perfect. No, thank you. And then we have newsletter enhancements that have started back in December. Our chamber newsletter has turned to a bi-monthly newsletter, and so twice a month, businesses are receiving kind of our newsletter with the Did You Know? So we're putting in information about the candidate marketplace tool, Golden Path Solutions, job service related information, and we're pushing that out on social media as well. So we're urging participation with our businesses to read our newsletter. Our collaboration with Lake Region State College is going to start here this semester. But we've planned offering job shadow opportunities for Lake Region State College students, marketing local career opportunities through some of their digital displays that they have out at the college, and hosting some outreach sessions in the Lake Region State College Student Union. So we'll get started on that here. And then our other initiatives that were not written into the grant, and I just want to highlight Ann's work. Since Forward Devils Lake is kind of in that transitional period right now with an executive director, she's been working on the Career Builder program, which Brad always referred to as the 2020 program. And she has one student signed up with Clemens Roots Plumbing, and she's working on 2 other students to jump into that program as well. She also kind of has been the driving force on the T4 project, which is going to be held out at Camp Grafton. And that's it's a day-long statewide educational summit that goes around the state for grades 6 through 12, and it's kind of hands-on. The students go in and they actually, do a project or something at the different stations. But it introduces them into workforce skills, the needs and the training, and some networking opportunities. And that's going to be held on January 22nd and 23rd. And she did a great job on getting some of our local businesses involved in participating in that.
Is recruiting and retention part of that? Are they facilitating that? Recruiters, or is that just going through?
They're working with it, the recruiters out of National Guard.
Okay,
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
And it's really just to showcase a lot of the hands-on. The college is part of it too. So
Yeah.
the students will be between Camp Grafton and the college. And anybody participating has to have hands-on at the showcase.
So I guess just in summary, I feel that the grant is taking great strides with the community, both the students and the businesses. And we've really been rocking and rolling and setting a strong foundation for our workforce here in the community. So I'm really excited. Before any questions, I'll also jump in. We also received the RWIP attraction grant here last month. So we had asked for $250,000 and we received $240,000. We took a $10,000 decrease on that just so they could fund some daycares here in the community. So we figured that was a win-win. So the tourism dollars for the match will go towards this grant. So tourism will be matching about the same amount that the growth fund did, just so you guys are aware of that. So we've started on that already. We have until June 30th to basically spend all of the attraction dollars. So we've really hit the ground running with it. So we've got Odney Advertising hired for branding, paid media strategy, execution, and creative deliverables for us. They work with the Department of Commerce for the past, 10, 20 years, I think. They are in charge of their Find the Good Life campaign. They're really well-versed in the workforce for the state of North Dakota. So we're excited to jump on board with them. But the campaign will include an online display advertising, video connected TV advertising, targeted email campaign. We'll do social media advertising with Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and YouTube. We've got some billboards that will be running throughout the Midwest, kind of in our target tourism market, so to say. So if people want to come here and hunt and fish, maybe we can get them to come work. And then we'll have some print ads as well. So our first creative strategy meeting with Ani will take place here in town on January 27th. First, we've got to get kind of through that branding period of what we want everything to say and look like, and then we'll move forward with all of the advertising, which will take place kind of April through that June, July timeframe. But hopefully, we'll have everything in place to go here by February, March with the branding. We have video production in the works. We're utilizing our current company with tourism called Rawfish Media. They're going to produce a 4-part video series for us that we'll use on the website, and it'll be a nice cohesive look with what we're already doing. The other part of video production is with Jason Mitchell Outdoors. We will pick 7 different families or individuals, and we'll highlight them on why they moved to Devil's Lake, why they stayed, what they love about it, and turn that into a 7-part series, just to make people want to move to Devil's Lake and be them, really. And then we're going to kind of run the gamut. We've got some people in mind that came here from out of country for college and stayed, or that are came here for the outdoors, or just families that maybe wanted to relocate back. As some of those boomerang families. So we've got a list going there. Website enhancements. We've started with our Simple View team for our website already. Our relocation page or our relocation tab on the website is going to have some tremendous updates. We'll have some new interactive features for education and our housing, some cost of living and employment opportunities. We've been asked for a place to house job openings, so we'll be able to do that through the website. Our relocation guide will be updated. There will be more articles. And then we're also integrating a new program, whether we call it the icebreakers or the navigators, but there will be the ambassadors for our community. So let's say Western State Bank wants to hire a new president, sorry, Brett, to come in. You can call on the ambassadors and kind of feel out your candidates on what they like to do or who they have in their family, and we can match them with an ambassador, and they can kind of be that one-on-one liaison to maybe show them around town, talk to them about what they like to do, what we have here, maybe entice them to move here. So that'll be on the website as well. We're expanding our visitor guide. We already did that to a point for this one. We've renamed it the Inspiration Guide. But with everything we have going on this year, it'll give us tools to really improve that much more than it is next year. So we'll have that in the works. And again, piggybacking off the Find the Good Life campaign and all of our local businesses, we are excited to be a part of it and to get started. So I want it to be really fast. So is there any questions?
Very nice summary. It's really nice.
We've been working a lot.
And thanks for your hard work too on
So-
that, Ann.
Has that van been used at all? Is it being utilized?
The van-
How's it going?
The van is actually going great. It hasn't been utilized much in December and January, just with finals and whatever, but I got to all schools within the region twice this fall, so. And you can't go a lot just because schools.
Oh, absolutely,
Send students out. So each quarter is my plan to get to all the schools each quarter.
I was all really interested to see how that thing would, how it would help,
Mhm.
if the money was worth it and if it does what it's, so no, that's good to hear.
That's
Yeah.
directly where one of the kids utilizing Career Builder came from. Our conversation started there.
That's awesome.
Yeah, Susie, I see Ann quite a bit at school, and kids are very receptive to her, and she's got a lot of energy, and she does a great job. She's there a lot.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Yeah, we love her. I think she knows all the kids on a first name basis.
Yeah.
Thanks to the schools for being receptive of her.
Well,
being
yeah,
here.
that's
Yes.
absolutely, it's important.
It's, I'm
Cooperation.
excited about that partnership that, the business community can have now with
Yeah.
the schools. She's really developed that, and I'm excited to
Well,
to
same
have
with the
that
businesses in
forward.
town that are participating in the other programs too, that are
Yep.
job shadowing and all that.
Yep,
That's
exactly.
taking
It
time
takes
out
a
of their
village.
schedules too.
It really does. It takes a village, and we realize it takes time out of the business hourly day, and for them to be able to do that. But again, it's hopeful that it could be somebody that they're going to hire in the future. So, it's their workforce too. So we all have to work together at it.
And again, thank you and everybody that were part of the holiday celebration this year. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah,
Thank
it
you,
was.
Mayor, for freezing outside.
Oh, I didn't freeze. I was doing fine.
I did. Thanks for the ice house. Appreciate it.
No problem.
You're welcome. I didn't see you hauling it.
We give her approval usually.
It was cold that day.
No, it was super cold.
But, brought a lot of great opportunities for growth next year.
Yeah. Definitely a lot of room for growth. I think when we sent out the sponsorship information to the community, I don't think they knew what it was all going to entail. So everything kind of came in a little bit too late for us to do anything this year. So we have some money to move forward to next year so we can purchase some more items or whatever we want to do. The committee will meet sooner than later so we can start working on that.
And while I have you here, this one complaint that I heard a lot when I was in the vendor show, and a lot of the folks coming in, a lot of the grumblings I heard was I had to went into this business and they charged me for the hot cocoa, or they charged them for
Oh.
this. And so they said they just walked out and left.
Okay.
So I don't know if that was something that was up to the business owner.
Everything varied. So
So,
some
yeah.
gave free, some gave a discount. Some gave an additional discount with the mug. So it all just kind of depended on.
Thanks for the
On what
mugs
they
too, by
wanted
the
to
way.
do.
Yes, thank you.
You're
So
welcome.
no, that's just one thing I heard that.
Yep.
Be what
Yeah.
it is. I just wanted to make sure I. passed
Thank
it
you.
on to
No, appreciate that.
Job well done.
Yeah, it was amazing.
All right.
Okay,
Well, we'll be back for another update eventually. So thank you.
Thank you guys.
Okay.
Thank you.
thank you. Well, that concludes the Job Authority agenda. Is nothing else to come up before that? I will close that meeting and we will open the City Commission agenda. And first item will be the approval of the minutes of December 16th, 2024.
I'll make a motion to approve the meetings.
Commissioner Kanowski,
second.
Commissioner Hatch. Any discussion? No discussion. All in favor, say aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Nothing under awards and proclamations. Nothing under public hearing. No bid opening. Visitors and delegations. At this time, we have Lisa Crosby to come forward, please, and identify yourself for the record.
I am Lisa Crosby, and I'm the director of the Lake Region Heritage Center and the Arts Center. And I am here for the first quarter funds for the Heritage Center, but also to give an update.
There-
And for the Heritage Center, things are running pretty smoothly. I don't have too many changes. For the facilities, should I say, the boiler has been running smoothly up until about 2 weeks ago. I went downstairs and there was water on the floor, and but I figured it out, and a vacuum and a call to Matthew Mack got that all figured out, and it's running smoothly again. So hopefully that bill won't be too bad, but it's warm in the building, so we're good. Last year, I think I was out around the community and around the country. Actually, I was able to do a lot of different things with lots of different organizations, with the Alzheimer's Association, with Kiwanis, and I got to go all over the country last year. So this year, not that wasn't great and fun, but I want to stay closer to home this year because I feel like I need to do a lot of things closer to home. But we did a lot of things with partnerships. So just last week, I needed a little filler at the Art Center because I have a great exhibit for February, but it starts like at the end of January. So we called up the college and I said, do you have anything that you aren't showing? And sure enough, we went there and we dug through, Aaron and I and Anna Kenner, and there is a showing from old things from the college. So that'll just be up for a few weeks. So I have to get credit to the college, and then that'll be up for 3 weeks at the Art Center. So come on through, and nothing's for sale, obviously. We won't sell things from the college, but it's just fun to see things that are in the community that people wouldn't know about. And right now we have things out at Candeska Chicana that are on loan from the Heritage Center. that are fabulous, very, very old artifacts, Native American artifacts in their educational center that they're brand new addition. So if you haven't been out there, go out there. Absolutely fantastic, beautiful addition. So if you can go out there, see that.
Where's that located, Lisa?
Right in the college.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's beautiful addition out there. So go see that. They have some of their artifacts that they've had, and then quite a few of ours, and lots of beautiful art too. So yeah, a lot of new partnerships. So that's been wonderful this year. But and then this coming year, we're full at the Art Center every month through November. So I don't know. I just have a busy. And oh, one other thing, Amber Fletchuk, she was great to work with, but she is in Fargo much more than she's in Devil's Lake, and I need someone here because it is too hard to be on two ends of downtown at the same time. So Anna Kenner is stepping into her role, and she is in Matta, but she is much closer than Fargo, and she hopes to have a place actually in Devil's Lake or right near Devil's Lake in the summer. And she is a tech wizard, so she will be moving into that position that Amber was just as soon as now, pretty much. So Amber will still be helping me out, but not as much as she was. So you'll be seeing Anna Kenner more than Amber Fletchuk. So
Awesome.
still not a paid position by me. I said, if you
Everything's
want to be
volunteer.
paid, you have to get your grant. So any questions?
Sounds like you're doing a wonderful job. Keep it up.
Yeah.
Thank you. It's
Awesome.
busy. I love my job. Sometimes it's overwhelming, but I do love my job.
Great driving by the art studio and seeing all those different photos or
Yeah.
pictures up.
Very cool.
I think that was something that was very important for our community. Good job.
Kudos to you and your husband. That Santa area in there was
Oh.
just phenomenal.
That's another thing I was going to add. So, yeah, Susie and her team did a fantastic job with the holiday, hometown holiday celebration. Next year, because if any of you, well, you guys all know, Rice he moves that display thing from here to there to everywhere 100 times from November 30th till January 1st. It's going to be stationary. The Art Center will be Santa's Village, or it will be stationary. So, and we'll have several events from after Thanksgiving through the holidays. So, we'll have different art things for kids, adults, everything. Santa will be there several times, and it will be even more decked out than it was
That was just
before. So.
phenomenal.
These little projects for the kids to
It's
work
pretty
on
cool.
too.
Yes, we'll have something every weekend and maybe some evenings, maybe like a fun adult evening for, my sister's already thinking, oh, Jello molds we could do. I'm like, you're weird, but it's fun. So yeah, next year, holiday stuff will be great at the Art Center. So yeah, thanks for bringing that up.
Mhm.
That's all I have.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'll make a motion to approve releasing of the funds for the first quarter of 2025 for the Lake Region Heritage Center.
Commissioner Pierce,
Second.
Commissioner Eulenkamp. Any discussion? Roll call.
Commissioner Kanowski,
Aye.
Commissioner Hash.
Aye.
Commissioner Ulicap.
Aye.
Commissioner Pierce. President Moore.
Aye, motion carries. Okay, under commission portfolios, Commissioner Pierce.
Chief, what do you got?
So far, everything's looking good for the Derby. Just wanted to give a quick update on that. We've been out checking the ice. Everything's kind of looking good in that area. Yeah, tickets are coming back nicely, so
Bands get hired?
I believe we got a band. So the guys had met with Shane to talk about it, so we'll see what happens there. As far as the ARF stuff goes, we are hoping to get to submit all of our training records to the FAA this week. So
How's the mission going out there? Everything going okay? Just with the guys being out there?
so far, so good.
Okay.
Yep. That's all I got. Just looking forward to a new year,
Successful,
fun stuff coming up and
Fishing
a
tournament.
successful derby, yep.
thank you. Just to let you know, Mayor, as far as the law enforcement center goes, we are, I had a meeting with USDA to talk about options for loans through them. I have a meeting tomorrow with North Central Planning to see, what could go through them. We've asked for two more, the architect to make two more plans, one with just the sheriff and police department in the jail, like we have now, and then one with just the sheriff's department in the jail, in case of things that may come down the pike later. But that way, if the stuff doesn't go well through legislature with the bills that are put forward, we'll have options to still move forward and actually try to get the new jail itself. So we're working right along with that. We had to let go a lieutenant and demote a sergeant from the jail. So that happened right after Christmas, right before the new year. But it's running out there smooth. We should be getting more DOCR prisoners here very shortly, so we will be getting those cells filled up. So we're not. So it's been reached out to other commissions throughout the state, letting them know with all of the reports of all the other jails being filled that we have room. So that's being pushed hard, so we can try and. I also wanted to bring up with the latest incident down there by downtown in the area of Nellie's Bar. I think it's time that we as a commission sit down and start the conversation and look at ways of helping to try and fix this crime problem downtown. And seeing as how we are a home rule charter, it allows the local governments to act and legislate on local matters, and in general, home rule ordinances take precedent over state law. And the charter defines the form of local government and establishment that organizational provisions have based on local preferences. So I think we need to start talking about different ideas, open the conversation, let no idea not be said, whether someone thinks it's stupid or if it's way off the wall. If we have conversations and we can start coming up with ideas. And just some of the things that I was thinking myself, and these may not be the answers, but it's at least something to get people's minds, is like zoning for downtown. In my eyes, since that homeless shelter and the government assisted living with those apartments happened downtown, it's really hurt our business district downtown. So we need to look at maybe rezoning downtown to what can be down there. I, for one, would be so upset if I put my money and all my time and interest into owning a business and have to deal with what they're dealing with downtown. If my windows are getting broken and I'm losing money because I got to replace these windows all the time, or graffiti, or all that stuff that's going on down there, I would be upset. There's also an idea I have of, I found this is out of Burnsville, Minnesota. That town does this. It's a lease addendum for crime-free and drug-free housing. They have their people that rent stuff out. This is part of the lease, stating that they will not have any type of drug-related activity in their homes. They will not use it to produce drugs and things in crime and things of that nature, to where if they do violate this, it's termination of the tenancy. And if we can't rezone downtown, we have to have some things to try and help. And this is just an idea. I'm not saying it's the be all end all of it, but I wanted Jason to look it over and see
if it's legal or not.
Yeah. Also, I'm calling upon the governor of the state and our state legislature to work on the legal system that we have. Pretrial services for folks that have multiple offenses. They're coming in, they're getting arrested, they're taken in 2 hours later, they're released on pretrial services. How many times is enough times to where an individual has to be denied that pretrial services? They can get the same treatment inside the jails as they can on the streets. And I've talked that through with staff at the jail. If we keep releasing the same people out, the same offenses out, and offenders, it's just going to keep happening in our city. And we see it every day downtown. I'm also going to call for our judges and the state's attorney. How many times is enough to keep releasing these people doing these offenses back out on the street? We're all neighbors. Yes, I understand they need help. These individuals have drug problems, alcohol problems, mental health problems. I get it. But what can we do as elected officials to try and let our city know we're going to keep them safe? You know, as far as our law enforcement, their hands are tied. And I sat and talked with Chief Toso. And at first, when he told me all these things, I left and I thought, he's just passing the buck. Well, then I went and I actually did the research myself, and everything he told me was true. Their hands are tied as to what they can charge somebody with. Their hands are tied as to how long they stay in there, and they're right back out on the street again. We had an issue in there where an individual just right after Christmas was outside raising holy hell from the halfway house, asking the officer to shoot him, kill me, just shoot me, kill me. They bring him in. He's so messed up. He has to be taken to the hospital, and they couldn't put any crime on him or charge him because who was it?
The federal is a marshal.
The marshals
The judge never signed.
never signed the damn thing, and he was back out on the street that day.
5 hours later, he looked.
You know, and this is somebody that's out there raising holy hell. And I'm sorry, I'm very passionate about being tough on crime. I love this city, and I'm tired of seeing our people afraid to go downtown, and I'm tired of seeing businesses being damaged and vandalized and people's livelihoods being put on the line because of it. And we need them to, our judges and our state's attorney to start looking at how many offenses have this been, and we got to stop. I'm also calling for our friends across the lake, our neighbors out at the tribal councils. They have to do their part to help the crime that happens here too. It's not a race thing. This is a human thing. And we all need to work together. So, like I said, I completely understand rehabilitation before incarceration. And another problem we have is in the state as a whole is the lack of jail and prison space. So I've talked extensively with state legislature about they really need to get this fixed statewide because it's hurting these communities more than they know. So I'm not saying I have the answers, but I just think that we need to sit, have the conversations, and try to come up with the legal way that we can here in the city do our part to do this as we've been elected to do. And we are home rule charter. I don't want to abuse that privilege that we have been given through the city voting on it, but it has to be used in certain cases for us to be able to make something happen. So that's what I wanted to bring up, and I thank any conversation or any comments.
Well, I certainly am not opposed to what you're saying. Excuse me. I would probably agree with what you've explained there, 100%. We have an issue with that. How to go about repairing that? I don't have the answer either.
We've got a lot
I
of
don't-
experience here.
Yeah,
On
but
the
what
commissioners.
really is your point? I mean, are you talking about specifically Nellie's?
No, it's the area, Nellie's made me mad, but it's not that establishment.
Makes law enforcement.
It's the area around it. It's the clientele and what happens down there. And
It's some of the people that are in those apartments
those
downtown.
apartments
with the
downtown,
little-
Lock Block, all of that down there is just a haven. And I'm being told, and I don't know if this is true, but I'm being told by people that work within the shelter downtown, when they say they only give a key to the people that are in there, those keys are being duplicated, and everybody has a key, can come and go whenever they please. So how can we try to get the crime downtown to be brought under control
Well, some of it you explained is the judges and all
and
that.
help our law enforcement to be able to do their job?
It's a good
And then you
question.
don't have a detox, you don't have.
Yeah, that's another
what
problem.
hurts. I mean, we used to
Yep.
detox all the time.
Yep.
You can't do it anymore.
That's why we have community coalition meetings, we have homeless shelter meetings, the SAFE is looking for.
And nobody's got the answers at those meetings
And
either.
is downtown the place to have the safe house or the homeless, house? Should that be moved to a different area within the city that's more conclusive to helping them and helping downtown by letting them become prosperous again without people being afraid
But
to go downtown?
you're saying the apartments are a problem and the shelter's a problem, so it's,
You know
you're
what,
not
no.
solving the problem by moving just the
That's what
safe
I'm, no, I'm
house.
just saying, I'm bringing up ideas. I'm
Yeah.
not saying I have the answer, but we need to start thinking of what can we do.
Jason had something too that maybe you can help us identify something that is a potential fix or potential ideas or, I don't think we're gonna do
Oh,
anything
nothing
tonight.
tonight. No, I just wanted to start the conversations.
There's certainly, I think the people, I agree with it, the problem's
Like-
there.
With regard to CNL apartments above Nelly's, Lamont's does a fantastic job with recording who the troublemakers are.
Yeah.
And we really don't go to Lock Block or Man's Apartments as much as CNL. I have 84 calls for service. CNL apartments in Nelly's just from last year.
See, most of ours, those downtown, do they fall under this category? I think they would.
I think they would.
So maybe there could be
Well,
something in the fire code
if-
as far as apartment dwelling too.
Well, we actually looked into
Well, we,
Yeah,
We
if they're
can't
getting,
correct
if
behavioral
people are getting.
issues.
No,
federal-
you're right. I
getting housing,
But-
if people are getting housing federally, they already gotta abide by this.
But
Because
no,
they
they're
kick them
not.
out, if they get caught with drugs or anything, they're done.
Hopefully.
Any criminal
Okay.
acts, they're out of their house.
So these houses or these apartments aren't
But
under that
do they
program.
fall, do the,
It's whether it's, what do they call it?
Force.
Section 8 or whatever.
but is it enforced by,
Who enforces that?
the manager. But if the manager doesn't want them out,
It's
Yeah,
not the
say-
manager though, who is it, Rob? Is it the housing?
it's managed by.
Housing, if they're under Section 8 housing, I believe if because don't they come down and they
That's a good
get,
question.
police reports and
Yeah,
stuff like that?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
from there, they do what they need to do.
if they want them out.
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah.
Can we force them to do a better job?
I don't know.
See, that's great ideas. I don't, like I said, I don't have the answers.
Well,
but-
I mean, we're spending more time than we ever have downtown.
Yeah.
We're very vigilant down here, constantly.
Yep, and
Because
it's,
of those
it's,
reasons.
and it's a shame. There's only so much you can
The
do.
housing, the shelter,
Mhm.
the alcohol
Detox.
facilities, detox.
And that's
That's
part,
the whole
there's part of the new
thing.
jail. I'm
Yeah.
try to work the detox part on in this new.
And maybe all
facility.
two will have some better ideas if they come in.
Well, they've got some talk about mental health. There's been some,
Because I've had nurses contact me
I mean,
about how much
yeah, I don't
time
know that they
They
would
spend
have a
on it.
detox, but
I mean, that helped a lot.
trying to help people. And they're just they said they
Yeah.
feel like they're just putting Band-Aids on it.
Correct.
That helps a
So
lot.
you got frustration at the
Tremendously,
hospital, it's,
But we don't meet the guidelines with the DOT. Bureau of Social
Yeah,
Services for that.
Spencer.
I think just in the effort to kind of, everybody's talking about a variety of different things, and they all relate to just downtown safety. Right? There's just the vibe that downtown safety can be improved, and you guys, there's a lot of components to it, right? There's the crime piece, there's the lighting, there's police presence, there's all these sorts of things, and I think maybe, and I mean, I don't know if it's to the level of extremely one, but maybe just, I don't like to committee things to death, but maybe the commission just needs to create some sort of a task force on downtown public safety. Then we can kind of get the people around the table that need to be around the table to kind of just assess and have a conversation, assess, okay, this is what's happening, this is where we need to do further research and those sorts of things.
Mhm.
And then we can channel the conversation in a productive way to try and get to action on something.
Yeah.
Because we could, we can talk ourselves in every commission meeting about it.
Right.
But we kind of need to channel the conversation.
And I need better understanding of what's actually going on.
absolutely, yeah.
And I'm totally, I don't know the rules regulating this housing and
Me neither. Like I said, these were just examples of ideas. I didn't, it just, but I thank you for that, because it,
I think you should create a task force on public safety, delegate 2 members of the commission, chief and I'll get together, city attorney, and then we'll try and get some more people together around the table that, because then you got detox and you got, ulcers taking over the hospital, and we have our community partners safe, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
We need to at least get the wheels moving, or at least just motion with the intent to create one, and then we could maybe create one at the next meeting. Of some sort, just.
I feel, and I've been guilty of it myself. You kind of, what's going on, but you turn your head away. You don't really attack it. And I think,
well,
I feel I failed as an elected official not addressing it. And so
There's
that's
been
why I brought it up.
some serious things that have happened that we're, I just recently was made aware of.
Yeah.
So.
I just had,
Some of
when I
that.
put my post.
And
up
I
on
just
Facebook-
videoed or watched a video today on someone destroying another business not downtown, but.
Yeah.
And that's uncalled for. I totally agree. You're right. You go into someone's business and you're wrecking it, that costs them money.
And
And
then
then
I got
everybody has to
an
pay for
email or an email from somebody after I posted it on Facebook where they were telling me that their father was leaving a business downtown. There was somebody down there that was either drunk or drugged up, threatening to kill and stab him, trying to get money from him. And the guy's just trying to get into his car to leave after he was done in the business. And it's like, man, it just breaks my heart to see what has happened downtown. But thank you for the
Okay.
time. I
So
appreciate it.
we'll have a motion to approve a task force to establish one?
Maybe
Or just-
intent to create one, and we'll come with an agenda item at the next
So
one.
we-
You guys can create.
We don't need a motion then.
I asked for the intent to create a task force where we can
Okay.
sit down and look at how we can help the PD and the sheriff's department, all of our law enforcement take care of downtown.
Commissioner Pierce.
Give them a detox.
Yeah, 100%.
That's a motion, right?
Yes.
Okay. Is there a second? Commissioner Eulenkamp. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
All right.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
And thank you,
Okay, you bet.
my fellow commissioner and mayor. I appreciate it.
Commissioner Eulenkamp.
Mr. Grafsker, streets.
I have nothing tonight, Commissioner, unless you have questions.
I took all this time.
I almost forgot what my portfolios were.
I yield.
was so weird.
Good idea.
We do have a library board meeting this Thursday, so.
I see they have hired a child or children's librarian. Yep. I'll spit it out.
So,
Good.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Jason, law enforcement, so yes, that's all that I have.
Okay, well, thank you. Commissioner Hatch.
Mike? Nothing for sanitation or engineering tonight, Commissioner.
Perfect. Rob?
It is property tax exemption time, credit time.
Most
So,
popular time.
Yeah, the primary residence property tax credit application period is open. We've already announced that before. I sent out my application for the homestead property tax applications, 220, some of them I sent out this year. I will be at the public library on Wednesdays through January. So starting this Wednesday from 1 to 3 in the afternoons, I'll be there exclusively to help people with those applications. They can come in. If they can't make it during that time, they're more than welcome to come in during business hours. And if I'm free, I'll sit down and help them out. But that's where we're at right now. And that's all I have unless you have any other questions.
Don't have anything else? Thank you.
Can you say that again 5 times faster?
Commissioner Kanowski.
Mike, anything for the water department?
Nothing for the water department.
That's it.
Holy moly. How
We had a
about
football
that?
game to go to.
Oh,
It's the season.
let's see, we got to dilly-dally around a little bit more, right? Chief?
We swore in our 4 corporals a week ago. Some of the family president, you were present as well, Mayor. Thank you for the nice words. Other than that, we're good unless you have any questions.
Oh, okay, thank you. Spencer?
Mayor just included the year-end 2024 economic and utility data, pretty much all the state aid And sales tax was at or over budget, which was good on the revenue side. Utility collections, water collections were a little bit down, only 96% of the budget, of budgeted amount. It's quite a bit of rain that we got.
Sewer
in the summer.
collections were up though. How's that?
Well, we changed a little bit how we disproportionately changed the sewer rate a little bit. And then we changed the base gallons from 3,750 to 3,500. So that might have impacted that a little bit. And it's the average. So like the January, February, March, you're taking the average of last year's, summer usage, or no, the sprinkler rates.
Mhm.
We're taking like an average. It's not an actual usage piece of it. And then, we got a lot of rain in the summer, which Northeast and Greater Ram didn't need to take as much water from us as in previous years. But then otherwise, sewer, sanitation, landfill, outside tipping, and roll-off rentals were well over budget usage. So have that for you. And then included the investment portfolio from our Edward Jones.
It's real easy to read.
And treasuries, yeah, it was not a great copy. My apologies. The only thing really to
This
know.
makes you wonder, okay.
If you want the actual Excel spreadsheet, I'll send it to you. But the only thing to note was the water source replacement fund. It shows $124,000 in revenue. Projections were 157. We do have 32,000 in unrealized gain. It just hasn't in our bank account yet. So that's really all to report there. And then just the 2025 legislative sessions topic of interest. There's legislative sessions coming up. We're going to be following property tax discussion, valuations, all that sort of stuff. Prairie dog. And I know that there's some corrections things that you guys are working on that we want to follow as well. So 'tis the season, and there's a Friday phone call that the League of Cities puts on that I'll sit on, and anything relevant, we'll make sure that you guys get an update. And I think you guys should all get a link for that too. So if you want to sit on it, you can.
Okay.
Other than that, that's all I have. The City Hall renovation working group did get together last week. Hoping we're formulating kind of the scope of what we think we want to do, whether, with renovation here or maybe something a little bit bolder that we want to put forward for your consideration as a full city commission. Still mulling over a few things and intend to meet again here in the next week or so. And then maybe the next meeting, maybe the weekend, or maybe the meeting following that will bring something for your consideration and feedback conversation. Anything else?
No.
Any questions?
No. Jason.
I sent a letter to owner of one of the bars here in town to address a couple of alcohol violations that occurred in October last year. Chief Toso reviewed the letter before it was sent. So I'm advising you of this just to say we'll wait and see if the bar owner agrees to a voluntary 2-day suspension. If not, it'll be before this committee by the next regular meeting.
That's good. Okay.
All right.
Thank you. Just something I received a phone call the other day from the CEO of Altru to kind of give me an update as to how things are going there. And it's nothing but good news. Everything has been signed off by both CHI and by Altru for the business transaction. So that's all done. It's been in the Vatican's hands now. That has to be approved, and it's been there for 2 weeks. And it's usually 4 to 6 weeks. So they figure like first part of February, it should be back in their hands. And so that transaction should be taking place the first week. It'll be officially under the Altru's control. And they are advertising for CEO for the hospital now. And they have visited with all the employees, and almost all of them have accepted employment with Altru. There's like a handful, just less than a handful, that are not committed to that yet because they had some ties to CHI yet, and they're deciding what their future is. But everybody's been offered a position, and so it sounds really good there. So I'm excited for that to take place.
Do you know when the transition goes over, are they taking control of all of the equipment inside there, or is there gonna have to be a transition time where Ultra moves their stuff in and CHI? moves their
There's
stuff
a
out?
transition of, yeah, they've got some stuff that they'll be moving in to update. They're also going to take on the additional responsibility of the emergency room to add that second phase. And then they've got engineers that have come in and assessed the mechanicals and things of that nature, so that they are going to have to do some updating there, as well as, the VAs there, so they're working with them
But
also.
service shouldn't be interrupted for.
No, it didn't sound like it would be, no. So hopefully it's going to be a smooth transition. They've talked to some an oncologist that's interested in coming here, so. So we've got some very positive things, so it's exciting. And we have,
Takeover?
well, the first week of February is kind of, everything sounds to be on track for that. So I thought that would be pretty exciting to share tonight too. So.
Yes.
And this afternoon, we did have an opportunity, the commission and county commission schools, to meet with our state legislators to kind of discuss the agenda for this legislative session, to address our concerns and what we were hoping to have, take place throughout the next biennium. So it was a very good meeting. It was a meet and greet for us to meet the new, what's her name? Donna Henderson, Kent Weston, and then of course we have Kathy Freilich. So it was great to have an opportunity to get to meet them also. So, and I thank the school for setting that up and allowing us to take part with it. So. And that's all I have under that. And so, anybody have anything else they want to address under portfolios? If not, we'll move into old business, which we have none. Nothing under consent agenda. New business, Mike, it looks like Urban Roads 2025 program approval.
As part of the Urban Roads program, technically the local political agency is supposed to review and approve the plan for the Urban Roads program. So included in front of you is our project submittal list for the next handful of years. 2025, we're looking at placing asphalt on the gravel portion of 14th Street and 14th Avenue Northeast. Next year, we're looking at doing some improvements to the US 2 frontage roads. Those roads, it's hard to believe that those roads are over 20 years old now. Some of them need more attention than others, so we're looking at doing an improvement there. 2026, something that wasn't included in our capital improvement plan is some of the concrete in the roadways in the downtown area. We pushed as much as we could when we completed the recent downtown project. Not only were we working on the sidewalk and the walkability portion, but we tried to improve the intersections to the extent that the grant would allow us to. And so we tried to complete the intersections to the extent practical. What we're looking at now is potentially just doing a mill and overlay project for the rough areas of concrete roadway that exist between those intersections. And so we're trying to basically mill off some of the very poor concrete, put some asphalt on it, give a smooth roadway, and realistically looking at potentially kicking the can down the road, so to speak, as far as a true roadway reconstruction project downtown with concrete, because the parking areas are really still in good shape, even though they were constructed in 1992. It's the roadway itself that is in rough shape. So we're trying to buy a little bit of time with a very simple project to improve the ride on the roadway. And then eventually we'll have to look at evaluating a reconstruction for those roadways and parking areas, but that's included in the Urban Road submittal. Other projects that we're looking at for that work are some of our urban roadways included with the map: 8th Avenue, 12th Avenue, 2nd Street Northeast, 5th Street Northeast for 2027 for mill and overlay work, and then 10th Street, 14th Street Northwest, and 14th Avenue in 2028. If you have any questions, there's a map there that kind of shows what we're looking at doing for the improvements. Recommend approval of this submittal list. If you're looking, so as part of our Urban Roads program, when we do the construction of a project, the construction cost is split basically 80% federal money, 20% local. But we have local engineering costs that aren't eligible for federal aid. And that's why if you're looking at the dollar amounts, it's not a straight 80-20, because we have some additional local costs with our engineering fees that we'll be charging.
And inflation of the cost of this, that's not included in this, or did you for years down, because the prices are gonna go up.
We update, so these are in current dollars.
Currents, yeah.
And then we look at what costs are a year from now. In some cases, they've gone down, not very often. In some cases they have, but we look at it and then we submit a new list every year.
So these are based on today's.
Correct. And this is a list that's submitted to the state. Recommend approval of the project submitted.
Commissioner Kanowski?
Yeah, I'll make a motion to approve those as submitted.
I'll second.
Commissioner Pierce. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Pose same sign. Motion carries. Nothing under citizen comment or informational items. If there's no other items to come before us, a motion to approve the list of bills as submitted.
Mayor Moore,
Oh.
I think I forgot to attach it to the agenda. I just emailed it to you guys all.
Oh,
Total 451, 836. You can put it in my email this summer, Mayor. I suck at attaching this. My bad. We'll aspire to be better. I just sent it to you guys all.
okay.
You guys have approved all the vouchers individually as commission members, and then the notable ones are just the sales tax and state aid distributions to all the chamber, park board, and then it's Gowan Construction for the Ford lift station, John Deere Financial for leases on some of our equipment, and then Motorola Solutions for radios for the PDs.
There's another question before we go to that. This corporate technologies training, is this legit or is this them trying to get us for phishing again if you click on
I'll
it?
be shooting something out, updating, so they changed their vendor that they were using for it's a security training so that people understand how to read and use their emails, aren't clicking on things they shouldn't be clicking on.
Yeah, I just want to make sure I'm not going to click on it. It's going to say, you've been caught phishing, blah,
Also,
blah, blah.
also the initial email for you to set up your account was probably caught in your junk folder.
Okay.
So look in your junk folder for you to be able to sign up to create your account. I'll shoot something out to everyone later this week, just kind of going through the whole process of what it is.
Thank you.
We do get a report that tells us specifically who clicks on the bad links.
Yeah, so I'm not clicking anything.
I'm just saying that few of you are on the list. No.
So but conversely, then we have training that you're supposed to do and people won't do it because they're saying, I'm not clicking on the links.
That's right.
So,
That's smart.
There is something in our junk mail.
yeah.
I know.
Okay. For you techies anyhow.
I'll make a motion to approve payment of the bill.
Commissioner Pierce,
Second.
Commissioner Eulenkamp. Any discussion? Roll call.
Commissioner Kanowski.
Aye.
Commissioner Hash.
Aye.
Commissioner Eulenkamp.
Aye.
Commissioner Pierce.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. There's no other business to come before the commission. Meeting adjourned.
Go watch your football game. Two individuals, 2 parties.
Right.